Well, welcome to the show. It's chess night. I haven't played chess in a while, so let's get down and get some games in. Um, we are on the brink of the U.S. directly entering into war with Iran. Everybody at this point should be fully prepared for what that means, the consequences of that. They should also be aware that Iran didn't ask for this war. Iran did everything in their power to prevent this war, even against the wishes of people like me who thought that appeasement wasn't the right strategy. Again, that doesn't matter, all things being equal, because I'm a nobody in this case. I don't have any skin in the game on this. And so I don't blame them for that. But I think given what we are seeing now, that wolf was always coming to the door. That monster was always coming to the gates. And at this point, the monster is at the gates. And so Iran, as I pointed out before, is fighting for all of civilization. Will the Nazis win, or will Iran triumph? And what would they have to give in order to triumph? That is the looming question. What does this spiral into if the United States directly gets involved militarily? What I mean by this is Donald Trump put out a tweet that is effectively threatening Tehran directly, a country, or let's say a city, of 10 to 15 million people at like 3 in the morning. Trump puts out this. Effectively telling a country of 10 to 15 million people, a city, to evacuate. As I pointed out in my last video, the truth of the matter is that Tehran always assumed that the U.S. was going to get involved. At no point do I believe that they thought the U.S. was going to stay out of it if it indeed came to this notion of war. This channel has been very clear that the U.S. was not negotiating in good faith. They shouldn't even been in negotiations in the first place. What business is it of the United States? This is the issue for the IAEA. Israel has nukes. They've invaded all of their neighbors. They have slaughtered the local population. So we need to really put this in context when we're talking about what is taking place. The U.S. has been a dishonest actor from the very beginning of this, claiming weapons of mass destruction in Iran this time, and using that as a pretext to effectively launch a war against Iran. And be very clear, Israel is the U.S. proxy, would not do anything without the U.S. has given it approval and a push. Meaning the very air that Israel breathes comes out of Donald Trump's ass. And the fact that they're giving an ultimatum to America is nonsense. If they're attacking, they're doing it because America wants them to attack or is okay with that attack. So we are at the brink of oblivion. That's where we are, dancing, whistling past the graveyard. And we have a man-child, evil, disgusting man-child with a gun, a knuckle-dragger who is in charge, who doesn't have the sense that God gave him, and yet is leading a country with $1 trillion a year military, and believes that because we spend that much in the military, that we are untouchable. This is despite being touched in Ukraine, and for that matter, being touched by the Houthis, where we could not assert military dominance over one of the poorest countries in the region. And yet, he full well believes that the U.S. is going to get involved against Iran, and is going to somehow either bully them to back down, which is not going to happen, it can't happen, or get them to beat them militarily. I think Colonel Wilkerson is correct. I think we'll be militarily defeated. It doesn't mean that Iran won't pay a toll, but I don't get the sense that we're going to win. I think we're going to run into a buzzsaw. I've been right up to this point, all the way through, even against people who have either been in military, who have done this for longer. Because I think the difference is, if I really need to nail down a difference, it's not that I'm a better analyst. And I would wager they're probably better if given all of the information at their disposal. And let's say given factual information, like if they were looking at a chessboard, they can see all the moves. They would probably be better. It's just, I learned something working at the radio station when I saw for the first time a war take place and realized that the Ukraine war was a real war. This is not a phony war. These are people, this is heavy military campaigns reminiscent of the Second World War. And the number of people that were dying in that war, hundreds of thousands. And then you go to, okay, well, why is this war taking place? And ultimately, NATO expanded to the border of Russia. They tried to militarily surround it to the degree that they could. They knocked over the government in Ukraine in 2014, Yanukovych. They installed a band of Nazis that were all throughout the military at that point, who instantiated themselves in the government, building the largest military in Europe. And of course, this is taking place on the Russian border. William Burns, in his memo back in 2008, when the US effectively, or NATO, same difference, offered NATO membership to Georgia and Ukraine, wrote a memo pointing out net means net, pointing out very clearly everything that we're seeing now. This is taking place on the Russian border. Russia perceives this as you trying to surround them. This is unacceptable. This is going to provoke a civil war in Ukraine, a civil war that Russia, whether it wants to or not, will have to get involved in, even though it doesn't necessarily want to get involved in it. They don't have a choice. What you saw in Ukraine was not a war between Ukraine and Russia. It was a civil war that Russia got involved in because Russia, or Ukraine, was killing ethnic Russian Ukrainians. And they were about to effectively invade Donbass on a killing spree. Couple that with the Minsk agreements 1 and 2 that were fundamentally ignored, with Angela Merkel, Hollande, all openly saying we lied, we tricked Putin. The point that I'm making is when you see that, and everybody at the radio station said to themselves, Russia's not going to invade. Nobody believed Russia was going to invade at the radio station. And everybody was shocked when they did. And what I took from that was something very straightforward and very basic. Why did I get it wrong? It's that. Why did I get it wrong? What is it in my workable point of view that thought that the Russians were not going to go into Ukraine? And my assessment of why I got it wrong was because I live in the US. That there's Canada to the north, Mexico to the south, and oceans on the east and the west, meaning we have no enemies at our gates. We have no country that is coming after us in a predatory fashion. That is not my reality. And because that's not my reality, when I'm looking and analyzing this other country, from my point of view at the time, there's no way they're going to invade. Well, that is not Russia's reality. You have NATO who's bearing down on their borders, pressing on their borders. Even the plan after the Soviet Union fell, where we said, well, we said we won't move an inch to the east. We didn't just move an inch to the east, we moved to the border. That was violated almost immediately. And so if you're Russia, you've been invaded multiple times. In one invasion, you lost 10 million people. In the other invasion, you lost Soviet Union, 30 million people? Ukraine was the gateway to which they invaded. You will be dodgy about your borders every bit as much as the United States was dodgy about its borders during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The notion that if Russia or China knocked over the government of Mexico, put in weapons, built up a military, had in spies and spooks all throughout the country itself in order to create all sorts of chaos, infect your country with spies and opposition figures that will set off bombs, that would kill people in terrorist attacks. If that was the situation that the US was presented with, Mexico would be in ashes right now. I'm pointing out that looking at that through an American perspective, where you're only looking at it from an American point of view, ignoring all but the reality itself, will give you a jaded and wrong sense of reality and what's happening, especially when what's happening is directly related to how the countries you're looking at is perceiving those events. And Russia, correctly, is perceiving themselves as being surrounded. And between getting involved, meaning invading with a special military operation, or allowing Ukraine to be instantiated into NATO, the SMO was obviously the better option. You're dealing with monsters, sociopaths, who had no issue provoking a war that, what, at this point, 800 million, thousand people killed. When you see that, you think to yourself, these people are insane. These people are functionally insane. And you take that with you when you're analyzing other events. So when you see Israel murder hundreds of thousands of people, commit open genocide before the world's eyes, why wouldn't they go after Iran? It seems the most rational thing in the world to me, even though I know a lot of people saying that's irrational. I understand. Ideologues are not the most rational people. So it's not so much that I think my take was better, even though it was. It's just that I saw who we were dealing with. And the people who we were dealing with, either in Ukraine or Iran, A, they weren't being honest in Ukraine. Minsk 1 and 2. Why would you think they're going to be honest with Iran? 2, there was a context that exceeded every president, whether it was Democrat or Republican, where they took down Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Iran, last man standing. Your country is full of Zionists who are surrounding the president, including spies and spooks. Why wouldn't they do it? Why wouldn't they do it? They're sociopaths. And so, for me, that was my point of view. These people are sociopaths. What's rational doesn't exactly matter because they're ideologues. They have committed genocide with impunity, with the entire world watching. They've murdered women and children. They've starved millions. They've shot those starving people in the back and the face. They've burned kids alive. They've bombed hospitals, bombed schools. They've raped men on camera with the rest of the country. And when voting on it said, this is fair game by a majority. That is who we're dealing with. They've danced as people were being slaughtered. As bombs were raining on civilians, they sat there and ate popcorn. They've gone into people's houses, put on dresses, and danced, happy as a lark, as they murdered innocent women and children. This is our context. This is our world. So why would they stop at the water's edge? Meaning, why would they all of a sudden get to Iran and says, you know, I know we slaughtered and murdered all of these people. We knocked over these governments. We've killed all of these people in these various locations, but we'll stop at Iran. It just didn't make sense. Just didn't make sense. So now, with Iran being, or Israel being taken apart, because let's be honest, from their point of view, war was dealing with Hezbollah or Hamas, neither of which were proper militaries. It was shooting kids, throwing rocks in the back and in the head. Again, a child, it's not a proper military. You got your sneak attack in an unprovoked war of aggression. Congratulations. You've been able to murder people. Again, very prolific at murdering people. Congratulations. Good job. You accomplished your objectives, kind of. But Tehran is a proper military. And just like our military, if you killed 1 or 2 people or a few people, those people would be replaced because those people are effectively functioning as a unit, not as just individuals. And so, yeah, you were able to do that by bombing civilian areas. Now what? Iran is going to bleed you dry. They're going to fire this barrage every night, after night, after night, after night, after night, after night. It's like the Borg. You're going to run out of air defense missiles, THAAD missile systems. Even less of those are available. They're going to hunt those systems down and blow those systems up. You're going to spend your air defense on old missiles that they have probably sitting there for 10 years because, again, they've been waiting for a war with the U.S. for 20 years. And when those things are done and expired, they will have more and they will continue to fire. What are you going to do? Your port's already burning. Your gas station in Haifa has been destroyed. They've hit your military building right off the bat. It is by the grace of God that they don't go after civilian targets in the way that you've gone after civilian targets. They could have hit Ben Gurion Airport, killed everybody who was there. They didn't do it. So even now, they have been somewhat merciful in the attacks that they've waged in comparison to the attacks that you've waged. My point is, you've put yourself into something that you will have a hard time extricating yourself out of. The US knows you will have a hard time extricating yourself out of it. And Donald Trump is putting out deranged tweets, seemingly with dementia, where in one case he claims he didn't have anything to do with it. Then he's crowing that everything is great and that he knew everything about it. And then it's, hey, hands off because we didn't know anything about it. And now it's, we're going to bomb Tehran or we're going to attack Tehran. That is the context of events. And I know I brought this to play chess, but I do think it's necessary to point out where we are with the US intervening. When I talked to Mark this morning, when I talked to Leif, all of them assumed that the US was going to intervene to save its colony, just like Europe is intervening to save its colony. So this is where we are. How this unfolds, anybody's guess. My analysis stopped at the point where the monsters was at the door and they were going to do everything they can to topple the government. From here on out, we are in a wartime situation that becomes, on some level, unpredictable. It is existential for Iran, I know that much. I do think the US is going to run into a buzzsaw. I do think that. I think the military capabilities of the US are overstated. And I think the military capabilities of Iran are understated. Now, does that mean that Iran is going to win? There is no God above that forces that, right? By the same token, doesn't mean that they're going to lose. There's no God above that forces that. So we are effectively going to watch as the US and Israel, and let's be honest, the white world of Europe, gang up on Tehran. Tehran is not necessarily going to be alone. They will have help in the form of Russia and China, North Korea, Pakistan, that will most likely help it with armaments, missiles, etc., in order to keep that government moving. You also have the situation that, if you notice, Ukraine has been completely obliterated out of media and headlines. So Russia has been doing punishing, withering attacks on the Ukrainian military with nobody paying attention, and ultimately nobody caring. I have no idea what that was. So this is where we are. This is where we are. In fact, Tucker Carlson makes a really good point, and I want to show that first before I proceed to get some games in. Tucker pointed out that the U.S. empire will collapse if Donald Trump goes through with this war. He was very clear about it. Right. And Trump even went so far as to attack Tucker after Tucker made this point. So this is, if I can find the video, if I can find the clip. Oh, I fucked up. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Come on. Where is it? By the way, Netanyahu is out here begging the US to get involved. All right, right here. This is Tucker. Damn, I hope that's not what I think it is. Let's see, this, no. This, and this.
And I am saying this because I'm really afraid that my country's going to be. I actually really love Trump. I think he's a deeply humane, kind person. And I am saying this because I'm really afraid that my country's going to be further weakened by this. I think we're going to see the end of American empire. Obviously, other nations would like to see that, and this is a perfect way to scuttle the USS America on the shoals of Iran. But it's also going to end, I believe, Trump's presidency and effectively end it. And so that's why I'm saying this.
What do you mean by that? That's coming from you. That's
you get. Look, I knew Bush. I knew George W. Bush. We had, family connections to Bush. I knew Bush. personally, I still see Bush sometimes. And, of course, he hates me, and he does because I criticized him on Iraq. And that war is the sum total, from a historical perspective, of his administration. But I knew him, and he had all kinds of plans for the things that he wanted to do. But once domestically
Right.
to improve the country.
Right.
And you may agree or disagree, but like in his mind, he wasn't just about the invasion of Iraq in March of 2000.
Oh, no. He was going to redo Social Security. He had all that.
100%.
And Trump attacked Tucker Carlson. She attacked Tucker Carlson after Tucker Carlson made that video called him kooky. I made a mistake, by the way. In the last video, I showed a clip of something that apparently took place, I think, last year. My mistake. I will put a notice on that video. Even though Haifa is burning, that is true. The video clips were not correct. They were old. That's my fuck up. All right, let's play some chess. My phone hit the ground. God, man, the phone is freaking me out. All right, let's play some chess. I don't know what my powers are right now. I haven't been to sleep yet. So just be aware. Yes, I am preempting all of this. Just be aware. All right. Let's play some chess. Where's this guy from? Romania? Andorra. I have no idea what that is. All right, Sicilian. I'm going to King's Indian since I don't know what the hell he's doing. Yeah, it's Queen. What the actual fuck? Okay. Fine. Oh. Probably shouldn't have taken that. Thought I was going to give you a pawn for no reason? Is that what you thought? Is that what you honestly thought? You so precious. You so precious. Give me some. Look at you. You don't want to give me anything. You greedy motherfucker. You greedy motherfucker. All right. Well, you have 2 pieces under attack, so do magic and figure out how to save both. All right. Once again. Oh, right. Give me that. And I will give you that twofer. Give me that. I mean, you can go here, try to get the rook, but I'm going to take that knight when I get first opportunity. All right. Okay, he's not coming out alive. That I will promise you. Maybe he's coming out alive. Not necessarily in the best circumstances, though. He's trying to get out there first. Let's make him move before we do anything. Okay. Now, he's going to try to run, right? All right. Now, how do you get that rook out? I mean, that knight out. That's what I'm curious about. I'm curious. Okay. Good man. That's not gonna help you. That's not gonna help you. That is not gonna help you. Really? Shit, I'm running out of time. Dude. Fine. All right. Now what? Take stuff. Speed up. God damn it, take it. Damn, let's fuck up. That's okay. God damn it. God damn it. Speed up, speed up. Speed up. All right. I'm not used to playing on this computer. I'm so used to playing on my other one. The pieces are bigger. The board is bigger. It's shrinking the board for the play online. It's okay. I get used to it. Just... All right, that creates weakness on the H file. Pay attention to that. Okay, the weakness goes away. Okay, that's fine. Now what? Now what? Now what? No, that's not good. Need a plan. Need a plan. Need a plan. Need a plan. Right. Need a plan. Don't have a plan yet. Oh, can't go wrong with development, I suppose. Whoa, look at that. What the fuck? All right. All right, be patient. Just back them up. Hmm. Okay, plants on the form. Greedy motherfucker. Nope. All right. Bone push. Push. Here we go. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? Guess you can do F3. Or I suppose you can do that. Go give me that. Yep, that's how it's done. Who's next? Where's he from? Colombia, I think. Where are you from? Zimbabwe. Holy shit. All right, let's get on Dodge first before we start operations. Okay. I'm uncomfortable with that, but it's okay. You sneaky motherfucker. Oh, gotta block that. Sure, if you want it. I'll make that trade. And he does not want it. Great. It's fucking great. I need to freeze him for a bit. I said it was yours if you want it. That bishop is a pain in my ass. I need to get rid of it, even if it's for a rook. I accept that. Knight takes, pawn takes. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes. Knight takes. He's gonna take it back with the thing. Shit. All right. Back away slowly. I want no fight with you, sir. All right. Fair enough. damn it. God damn it. Motherfucker. No, sir, I want no parts of that. Yeah, it's gonna force it. God damn it. Well played. Well played. Well played. Antivirus. Well played. Bullet Emperor. Where's this? International. Okay, so he's not giving us location. This is King's Indian. I'm sorry, King's Gambit. These games can be a little wild. The queen has to check first. Right. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? 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 What the actual fuck? Okay, give me that. I need some of this pressure off. Oh, what the fuck? I did say I haven't slept. So maybe I should be playing. No excuses. Bismo, funniest 30. All right, Sicilian. Where does he go? Which version? I forget the name of these versions. There's so many. I used to know this stuff like the back of my hand. Push. Now what? What time is it? Yeah, we have time. I don't want the knight Trump in there. This is interesting. Don't want the knight coming there either. Okay. All right, now what? Now what? Let's push. I'm curious. I am super curious. Okay, so he doesn't want that to happen. Fair enough, I understand. Trade him or move him. Trade him or move him. All right. I don't care about that. Push. Defend. Defend. All right. Now what? Pawn takes, queen takes. Right. Oh, pawn takes, queen takes. Queen takes, pawn takes. That doesn't really help me. Get down, back away. Back away. Okay. I'm not liking this. Don't quite like what you're trying to insinuate, bro. All right, but you gotta make a choice. Okay, good man. Okay, I suppose I have to do that. Can you fuck me on that? No, I don't think you can fuck me. All right. Push. Okay. Now let's secure that knight. E6 is weak. He says defend that somehow, either with bishop or rook. He picks queen. Queen has too many responsibilities. The king has to move. King or queen has to move. Which one? Pick one. Make a choice. 36 seconds. Okay, you chose that one. All right, let's do this first. All right, you move. You move. What you gonna do? Oh, I don't care about that. You don't care about that. You move. You move. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's keep going. Who's next? What's this? Britain or Australia? Australia. All right, E4. I grew up playing E4 in the barbershop. Scotch Gambit. Scotch Game. A certain way to play it. Now what? Get this man out. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I can do that. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about that shit every night and day. Camels love to dance. All right. This is going to provoke weakness on g6, but it's also going to move the queen. All right. Right. Get up in that. Don't let that happen. Get up in that. Show him how it's done. Here comes Johnny. Oh, here comes Johnny. Here comes Johnny. Show some dignity and resign. Show some dignity and resign. Good job. I don't want to be your friend. I don't like losers. I like Donald Trump, but I don't like losers. Friends with winners, not losers. Taken out in 5 moves. What's this, South Korea? Yeah, South Korea. This is the Pyrrhic. Kind of. When I'm playing people who finish shadowing the bishop, I like to get rid of FE and shadow bishop. It creates a weakness. Okay. Shit, that doesn't work. He's not. Oh, fuck. The pawn is not moved. That's okay. That's okay. It's a fuck up. Just a man. Just a man. Man was too scared to take the pawn. Ain't that some shit? All right. Now what? I gotta be honest. I don't know what the fuck is happening in this. This is very unfamiliar to me. Thieving motherfucker. All right. All right. Okay. Let's do this first. Harass the queen. Okay. Stop that from coming. Okay. Push. All right. Any harm? Any harm? Nope. Push. Keep pushing. Okay, again. That seems very weakening to me, but maybe you have a different take. Okay. Take it. That's fine. If he wants to bring knight up, let him bring the knight up. He has to take that with a pawn. Right? Am I insane? Yeah. Okay. Check. Do that first. Let's put the bishop out, I think. Okay. Okay, now I don't want that. He's gonna harass my queen. I think she's moderately safe there. Now what? Don't care about that. Focus is very straightforward. Oh, now the fuck is running. Shit. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? You about to lose material. I'm about to take stuff from you. Like I told you, I'm about to take stuff from you. About to take stuff from you. You can't stop me. To 45 seconds. Take some of his power. Check. 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 Oh, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay, let's do this first. Get out of dodge. I'm gonna get out of checks. All right. Damn it! Wrong. Ugh, fucking mouse select. Ugh. Fuck. Fucking hell. Hate mouse slips. Hate mouse slips. That's okay. That's okay. Shake it off. What time is it? 20 minutes. Okay. All right. Back in E4 openings. Get developed. Get rid of that guy. Yes. Welcome. All right. Make his life miserable over there. I need him to weaken his position. Now that position's weakened, let's open operations, make it worse. That is a glaring weakness. He has to defend that. I suppose bishop here. Two minutes. What you doing, bro? Camels love to dance. Everybody knows that camels love to dance. Come on, Jerix, what you doing? What is this, Philippines? He's still there. He hasn't abandoned the game. Otherwise, the machine would automatically lose it. I mean, fail it. Come on, Jerix. You're wasting my time, bro. There are other people that need to lose to me, Jerix. Either just fucking resign or, I mean, for fuck's sake. I'll take the win either way. Just saying. That move was not that powerful. Okay. Apparently, we're going to have to wait 20 seconds for Jerix to just lose on time. That is unfortunate. I don't know what the hell Jerix is doing. All right, 25 seconds. Fair enough. I'll take it. Win is a win. Win is win. Oh, now they're going to disconnect him. Now they're going to disconnect him. It's okay. He was going to lose anyway. It's just, you know, principle of wasting my time. All right, who's next? Who is next? Another person from the Philippines. Great. This is called Vienna game. This can get insane quick, even though it looks very soft. All right. Also, it's a bit weird because this is there, but there's no knight there. I'm still going to do it. Let's see what happens. Thing is, whether there's a knight there or not, it's kind of a soft underbelly. This. Check. Okay. Let's get rid of that first. That's a problem. What I want to do is push. If the king was in a different position, It wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm concerned about H4. Okay. Now create a hole. All right, yeah, that's hard. Okay, that's weaker, actually. He can't push. Queen takes if he does. Okay. That's... Get rid of that. There's no bases there. This is gone. All right. Now what? Now what? Want no parts of that. Fine. Can't do nothing about that. Get up there. Burning Knights, take seat. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. One minute, 15 seconds. Oh, you don't want no parts of that. Why don't you want no parts of that? Push. You can get parts of something. Push. Okay, now what? Push. Just push. Just push. That's where you want to go. Okay, shit. There we go. There we go. Take a man. Make his life miserable. Shit. Queen takes, rook takes. That's smart. Alright, just back away for a second. Give him his check if you want it. Okay. There we go. You know what I want? That's right. You know what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Shit, that was a good move. That was a good fucking move. God damn it, that was a good move. I don't have time to look it through. Help you, king. Alright. Push. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, shit, that's less okay. Take stuff. Take stuff. Take stuff. was a fuck up. Both of us running a long time. I only had 2 seconds. That's okay. When is it win? Come on. What time is it? I get 2 more in before I go. Who's next? Again, International Gate, I think. This is the Pyrrhic. Okay. Yeah, dodge. Let's back up for a second. Okay. Now what? Okay. I want to preserve this bishop. Knight here is going to shit. Didn't want that. Back away for a second. Move. All right. Good man. Okay, now what? Now what? Now what? I have an idea. I have an idea. Not a big fan of that, but that's okay. I'm not a fan of it. Motherfucker. That's ballsy. That is ballsy. But fair enough. My development is shit. Why not? Bishop takes h3. What a premature, but difficult. That knight is imperious. That fucker needs to move or die. Everybody knows that camels love to dance. Everybody knows the camels love to dance, right? I think everybody knows that. Okay. So that's a shit or get off the pot move, I suppose. Oh, it's early, but shit, gotta pick it. I think he has to take that. Or does he? Okay, so he doesn't want to take it. Trade these rooks. Get these things off the board. Get these things off the board. Yep, get that thing off the board. All right, now. God damn it. That is a fuck up. And I can't save both. Oh, that is a severe fuck up. Yeah, that's a fuck up. All right. Where's this? Morocco. Some of these flags I've never seen before. At least not on the game. Oh, come on, Morocco, don't do this. Great. Carlson. He's like, sorry, man, I was taking a shit. Didn't even know it started. Nope. Get off me. All right. Got sort of safety, relative safety. Pressure. H6 in this position is a weakness. See if we exploit it. Forced to kill that. I suppose I could defend it with the knight, but move. Now what? Let's go push the queen back to there. Okay, that doesn't help me. Prevent the knight. I don't want the knight dropping here. Look at you. Look at you. Let's get this bishop out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What does he do? What does he do? Check. Where does the king go? King could go here, I suppose. Let's see, I'm curious. Check. Where do you go? I'm super curious. You've piqued my curiosity, sir. Whoa. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't really exploit that. Can I? No, can't really exploit that. But that is ballsy. That is very ballsy. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take that. You got to take it with the king. That's force. You can't take it with the rook. Really? Oh, dude, I'm taking my shit back. In fact, go give me that. Go give me that. Check. Need you to move. Okay. Bad move, bad move, bad move, bad move, bad move. Bad move. Bad move. Damn it, mouse slip. Poorly played. All right, last game. I have to go at 10. Last game. Where's he from? Peru. Peru. I'm gonna hunt that thing down. I don't want my bishop being opposed. Harass. I know why you did that, but again, my objective was to get the bishop. That's the only thing I really want. Objective accomplished. The world is great. Okay. There would be pressure on it, wouldn't it? But I don't think it can stay there. Move. Where do you go? Are you gonna get buried? Where are you gonna move? Which way? Okay, move. All right. Now, how do I take advantage of that? Ah, come on, move. He's gonna have to take his bishop back there. Whoa. Fuck me. Oh, that loses the queen. Or doesn't. Yes, that loses the queen. Shit. Good move. Good move. Yes, rook takes. Queen. As soon as you back away, the queen is trapped. The queen is trapped. Can't get the queen out. And no, that just loses more. Fair enough. Don't compound fuck ups. hold the line. Just hold the line. Okay. Gotta move. Whoa, that's aggressive. Defend your property. Defend your property. Defend your property and destroy the enemy. Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. Shit, that doesn't work. Creative, but doesn't work. Very creative, but doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. Yeah. A win is a win, but very creative, but that shit didn't work. All right, King's Indian. Can't save them. Can't waste time on that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you can't stay there. Pontics. Otherwise, he's gonna push. Right? Pontics. Okay. I think I can do this. Pontics. Knight takes. Okay, so I can't do that. All right, back away. What are parts of that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Fine. That is a ballsy king. That king has some balls. That king has some serious balls. need you to move. I need you to move. I need you to move. Now, Pontic. Okay. Now what? Check. King takes. Right. This is fucking complicated. Put him there. Ah, come on. Thanks, scrap it. Pin the knight. It's dangerous, especially with the rook going there. Rook can't go there immediately because knight takes bishop. Gives me a moment to think. Okay. All right. Go give me that. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Undignified mate with a pawn. Undignified mate with a pawn. All right. That was bad. That was bad. All right. I'm going to end this because I need to go. You all have a phenomenal night. Sleep tight. I see you in the morning. Have a good one, all. You could have F on win. No, I gotta be honest, I haven't been to bed yet. So this is not necessarily a height of my powers. I was able to stay at what, 2094. That's not horrible. You guys have a phenomenal night. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. Have a good one, all.